Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Dex Loves Annie podcast. So Annie just gave me a funny look then when I said that. My name's Kat, and Annie is my dog who's crunching biscuits right now, if you can hear weird noises. And we're coming to you from beautiful Buckinghamshire in England. It is beautiful today. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, which is nice because it's been blimmin' freezing lately. So yeah, a bit of sunshine's nice for a Friday. It is Friday the 24th of October. It's been a while. Sorry about that. I've been away on holiday. I had a 3-week break in France. And Annie would like to say hello, clearly. Hang on. She's hungry. She's trying to get snacks out of me. Aren't you? I was thinking about bringing her in a bit later because I was going to show you some things. So we need to get her quiet so that we can talk. Yeah? Do you think you can be quiet for me? Let's just see if we can do this. So, as I said, been on holiday. Lovely time. Only had 2 days of rain in 3 weeks. It was amazing. And as I mentioned in my last podcast, I bought myself a second-hand knitting machine and I took it out to play with. And this is one of the results. I will show you better in a bit, but basically I made Annie matching everything. So let's go there, shall we? Shall we do this? Shall we do this? So this is mine. And this is Annie's. Let's see, shall we? Do you want to put your head in? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, bibos. Pull. Good go. No, not straight pull. It won't go through the hole, will it? This one? Can we go? Can we do it? Can we? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Right, I'm just trying to jump off now. So here we are in our matching jumpers. She's looking very happy about that, clearly. This is the second jumper that I put together. I actually hand knit the rib on this. Up you get, come on. Here she is. It's awesome. She's not going to want it on for long because it's not very cold. If you stand still, I'll take it off again. Yeah. Up. Victory! That's what my mum used to say to me when we had jumpers off. Come on then. Stop struggling, you Wally. Never work with children or dogs or animals. Right, so off you go. Okay, so this is mine. Let me go back here a bit. This is Yarn Smith's yarn. I can't remember the exact. No, I haven't got the band either. I'll put it up on screen. But yeah, this is a Yarn Smith. It's an acrylic blend, and it actually feels really nice. I want to say Lagoon or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, for an acrylic, it feels really nice, and it knitted up really easily. It was an absolute busy. Mummy's busy, stop it. It was an absolute bugger to wind on the yarn winder, partly because that Kado electric winder is terrible, and partly because, you know, it was a big cake. It has to be wound into a cake to knit on the machine. Right, I'm going to deal with that. Hold on. Right, I've given her a big chew that should hopefully keep her quiet for a bit. Oh dear. So anyway, I'll tell you what the yarn is if I haven't put it up already. So I used, there's a YouTuber. I will also supply the details here or down below. Close that because that gap looks terrible. There's a couple of YouTubers that I checked out. I did a lot of research before I went for patterns. And I also found this pattern for socks essentially, but we're using these as house socks. I made a couple of pairs and I left them out there. Made a couple of purple pairs for myself and some blue ones for my husband because it was getting cold. But with the yarn that was left, I made a pair of house socks for my friend for Christmas because these are totally her colours as well. She likes the turquoisey bits, I like the purpley bits, so this is kind of like it almost needs to be a timeshare jumper. This is Sock Stop. If you've watched for a while, you know that I use it. If you don't, it's a squirty latex, and I just put that on there because she's got wood floors. We don't want her falling over because she fell over and broke her wrist last year. So that is Annie chewing, by the way. I didn't realise she'd make so much noise. So yeah, all of this out of 3 or 4 balls. Really good. I also made some beanies. I can only find this one right now. A nice black sparkly one. Black sparkly one, and there's a white one somewhere. They'll probably be Christmas presents. And then on to my favourites. The first thing I knit. There are some things I don't love about it, but they're learning curves, and you know they're nothing I can't live with. But made a Christmas one. This is Hobie yarn. I bought it last year. Annie's decided she doesn't like her chew, so she's going to shout at me again. Hold on a minute. Honestly, she's been all sorry for herself and not feeling very well for 2 days, and now she's feeling better, and it's kind of annoying. Can you go back to being quiet, please? So yeah, it was a Hobie. I bought it last year. If you remember, I made a Hexie cardigan out of, I think they were Horizon Hobie cakes. Honestly, she cracks me up. Where were we? Oh yeah, so Christmas jumper, Hobie Horizon cakes. I think I brought a ball band back, but I, for the life of me, don't know where that's gone. But a little Annie jumper to go with it. I hand ribbed. The machine that I got doesn't do rib, so the way to do the rib, the cuffs and stuff on the machines, is to just fold it over. So this is knit at a slightly tighter tension, and then you fold it over and then knit the rest. Don't like this, as you will know from even the last podcast. Don't like folded cuffs and whatnot. Well, don't like folded rib. Oh, found an end. Oh dear. Don't like folded rib. Don't like them too thick. So that's fine. That's how this has to happen. But I knit the rib on this because I thought it'd be too heavy for her. She's quite sensitive. Bless her. But the next time I did what they call a mock rib. So you take out every 4th stitch. You just don't knit it. You push the needle to the back, and it's 3-1-3-1. Knit it straight, and then fold it, and then put all the needles back in play. And I actually prefer that because it looks more like a rib, and I'm just going to have to deal with the foldedness of it. And that is also Annie. She's been a pickle. Annie, come on. It's been weeks since I've done a podcast. Can you just give me half an hour, please? Please? I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway, we shall soldier on. So yeah, we have that. Right, this one's going to bed. She won't go upstairs because she knows that that's banishment. So she's sitting there now. So if I suddenly... I'm watching her. I need coffee. Help me. Oh God. I'm so sorry. I don't know how much of this I'm going to cut out. If I didn't pause during the swearing, I will cut that out. My goodness me. Anyway, so that's all machine knitting. And then I'd taken my laptop out to do some work, and I couldn't find any of my laptop cases, and it was just kind of, I've got one of those big bags. It's by Croc, except it's not. It's a fake Croc bag. It's massive. I think I've shown it on the podcast before, but I've got a couple of rods that I can put into it to hold yarn, and I just bunged it in there, and I was a bit worried about it. So I was like, I need to make a laptop case, and I had taken out some merino yarn, because if you remember, my friend gave me a load of yarn and a bag making book a while back. So I thought, let's make one. Let's calculate. I used GPT to calculate the dimensions. I even told them what brand of yarn it was, in order to try and get it more accurate. It failed. AI will not replace us yet, but it's a very passable and very nice thing. So I knit this thing up. I did a slanty bit for the flap, and I sewed it up, and I put it in the washing machine, and here it is. That's the back, that's the front. And I went button shopping, as I normally do when I'm out there, and this one is very cute. It is plastic, it's not wood. I thought it was wood when I was buying it. I didn't want wood, because I wanted to be able to put it in the washing machine or clean it or whatever. I just didn't want a wood button, and it's not. So yeah, here it is. So what I did was I knit the shape, sewed it up like I said, and then I felted it, and then I cut the opening for the button, and then I over sewed it a bit just in case it came unravelled, and then I did like a little hand rubby-dubby felt thing. I might stab it with the felting needles later just to make sure. I didn't have my blocking stuff with me at all, so I couldn't pin it while I was blocking it, and it's too wide and not tall enough. It's too much this way and not enough this way, but it will do. It kept it safe. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Cute. And then I had some yarn left, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with that? Can't let that go to waste. Things happen so quickly on the knitting machine if you're just doing stockinette. And I had taken out my I-cord tool, and I had a brainwave. Oh, she's off again. For flip's sake, child, quiet. I made myself a little purse. It needs some buttons, or a button or something. I think I might just do a loop and a button there. Sewed on, well, I kind of used one of the hooks of the I-cord things to get it on, and then I did the I-cord all the way round, and then attached it there. It's sewed there. Oh, she's been really naughty. She's kicking over her snacks now. Yeah, cuteness. So yeah, bit of an experiment. That might be something that I investigate further in future, as I have left the machine out there. I haven't really got room to use it, and I don't really want to use up all my holidays machine knitting. So we'll see. Maybe it'll come back next year. Maybe I'll make room for it for next year. But anyway, that's going to be it now for machine knitting for the foreseeable. But it was fun, and I was concerned that I'd like decide that I want to ditch hand knitting for machine knitting. Yeah, she's just joining in here now. I was sort of worried that I wouldn't want to go back to hand knitting after machine knitting. But that's not the case, actually. I got bored. Yes, I got a bit bored with it, to be honest. So that's good. I prefer hand knitting to machine knitting, but it definitely has its place. And I remember I was talking about, I made my husband a scarf in the Christmas yarn, and didn't finish that thought because of this thing. Because you can't rib it, the sides curl in if you've not attached them to anything or, you know, sewn them in. Yeah, I made him a scarf, but it curls in and it's not that great. I might rip it and hand knit him another one just so that he's sort of part of the Christmas gang. Anybody want a dog? So yes, that was the machine knitting saga. Very happy with all of that, but definitely loving hand knitting. I said hand knitting before, didn't I? I meant machine knitting, but I prefer hand knitting. But yeah, definitely love both. So next project is, and I think I definitely showed this on my previous podcast, you bark and you're gonna get sent upstairs. I mean it now. So this is an Andrea Mowry pattern, Drarine Knits. There's many pages. Let me find the front. 12, page 2. Here we go, page 1. Come on. Right, so it's that. I don't want to lose my place in the pattern. So DRK Everyday Cardi. It's got a rib detail down, where are you? Fiddly. Got a rib detail down the front, both sides and the back as well. And actually I had a fear that the back wasn't wide enough when we spoke last time, and I can see from here actually, because I can see it's further in, so my fears are not going to come true, because I've had to make a smaller one because I'm essentially a lot smaller than I used to be. Still a ways to go, but we're getting there. Anyway, so I don't think I touched this on holiday. I took it away, but the knitting machine kind of took over, and I'm quite glad to get back to it. So, and there is going to be quite a wide button band on this. So this is where we're at. We're doing the yoke. I'm on the last bit and we're basically repeating the same 4 rows. I think I've got another 4 to do. You know, in the yoke where you do increase either side of the markers for the sleeve on one, and then just do the outside bits on the next one. That's where we're at now. That's kind of standard cardigan and jumper construction. As I said last time, and I've mentioned a few times, just done a single rib for the neckline. I'm not into folded necklines. This isn't folded, this was just kind of cast off and left, and that's fine. This would be easy if you were in machine knitting. It would be easy enough to pick up and hand knit or do a folded thing, but this is fine for me. This is my own hand spun yarn. I don't know if I've got enough. I've moved on to the second cake now, just last night, so I think I'm on the second row after I've joined, and I've got that, and oh no, they're alive, and that one. And I have no idea if that's going to be enough, but I can't get any more, so it's going to have to be. I did buy some black. I worked some black into the neck rib, and it's showing a lot more obviously on camera than it is in real life. It does blend in quite well, and if it looks like I'm going to run out of that purple, I am just going to have to work some of that black into maybe the the wrists and the bottom rib, just to do that. So yeah, I'm excited to get that finished. And that brings me nicely back to the button shopping, because I went shopping for the buttons for this. Button offerings in the UK are rubbish. If you know any different, please tell me, because I haven't really seen anywhere that has a good range of good buttons. So I went to my local shop, haberdashery shop. Also, they come in these cute little pots. I mean, who doesn't love a cute pot? And I've got these buttons. Very vintage. Very retro. She's jumping down. I'm going to get told again in a minute. Yeah, so they match quite nicely. And I got 8 of those. No, I didn't. I got 6 of those. And I kind of normally use about 4 or 5 on a cardigan, but I think that one buttons up through the neck as well. Let's just have a little look. Yeah, she's got 1 there. She's using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I didn't buy enough. But what I did do, knowing that whatever quantity I buy, it would be wrong, I bought some alternative colours in the same design. This is just a different colour, so I can alternate them or something. I don't know. Or just put less in. I don't know. Anyway, bugger. I'm just trying to cover up for the fact that I didn't buy enough. I thought that I'd probably only use 4 of these, and then I'd have 2 and I can alternate them with that for another jumper, but no, I've clearly just cocked up there. Oh well, we'll suss it somehow. Maybe they'll go into something else. So yeah, I love it. I love the detail. I love the rib detail. Let's find a bit that I can, there you go. It's not that obvious. Oh, there we go. Get some light. So the sleeve, yeah. The sleeve will be there, and then the sleeve would like come to there, and that's the detail. She's now upstairs, lying in a sunbeam on the bed. Fingers crossed. Anyway, DRK everyday sweater with not enough buttons. Yay me. Oh my god. I don't know. Right. Are we ready for my own patterns? I am in test knitting at the moment. I am not in test knitting. My pattern's in test knitting at the moment. So I think I showed you the first sock that I did. I stupidly put 2 socks on 1 sock blocker. So bear with. Oh man. So yeah, you saw this one, I think. That I did. I finished it before I went away. I overblocked it. It's just ridiculously puffy. But anyway. So we had a naming competition for it. My sister won, because my mum's name was Trisha. And she loved her flowers, and my sister very rarely interacts with any of my posts ever, let alone anything to do with my knitting. She's not that creative. It's not something that interests her. You know, I know she loves me, I know she's proud of me, but it just doesn't interest her. And when she said on the post, what about Trisha's trellis? Because Mum had trellises everywhere. She had a trellis right outside the front door that was just overgrown with sweet peas and stuff. And I was in France at the time, where Mum and Dad's house was. When Dad was dying in hospital, I went to the house to dig up some of their snowdrops, so that when we knew it wasn't going to come out again. When we sold the house, we'd have some, some snowdrops to remember them by, because Mum had some, they're double-headed snowdrops, very special. So when I was digging them up, a little robin came and sat on one of their trellises, and the whole trellis thing just. So yeah, I picked that name, but obviously the idea of this was so that a lucky winner could get the pattern when it was written. So between us, we chose somebody else to win the pattern, because my sister's not gonna knit. I might give her a pair of them. Actually, she quite likes pink, so I might give her the pink ones. So there we go. So it's still fair. Somebody still won the socks, and I got a name that I like, so everybody won. So congratulations to the winner. I announced it on Instagram. I can't remember who it was now. But yeah, I know she's a regular supporter. But congratulations to you. You will get the pattern when it's written. The test knit is going very well. One of my testers did too. She did a pink pair for her granddaughter in the child size. That came out great. She's working on, I know she's finished the second pair, adult size. That's finished, and I've got 2 more testers, one on each size. That's all looking good. They've been brilliant. I really appreciate good testers that find things. Not that I want there to be anything to be found, but if I have done a boo-boo, I'd rather they find it than a paying customer. So yeah, I'm very happy with the way it's gone this time round. In the meantime, I have knitted it in a lovely solid colour. And I think this yarn is a lot tighter on the weave, no, on the twist. So this is good old Yarn Smiths. That one there, it's a merino sock. Yarn Smiths merino sock, superwash. The dye, the shade is 2K252. It was something like petrol blue or something. Oh my god, hang on. Turn that down. Somebody's turning up at the neighbours now, so she's having an opinion about that. Sorry. So yeah, and I finished the pair, so they're done. They're off the needles. They will be on the sock blockers when I get the pink one off. I've got the pink one left to do, but I have moved on from the socks, and there's a hat in progress because I really like this pattern, and I think it will look nice as a hat, and it actually does look nice as a hat because I finished it. So here's a sneak preview of the hat. I've not announced the test knit for this yet, so I'll put the link to sign up down below if you'd like to sign up. But this is coming out. This is DK. Now this has the same colour name as this. It is Yarn Smiths also, but clearly they didn't get the memo in the naming things the same, needing to look the same. Anyway, this is DK because I like a chunky hat. This is the extra large size. I overblocked it. That seems to be a recurring theme lately. Took me several attempts, but look at that crown. I really wanted to get a special crown on that. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I am an extra large head. Ow. And I don't really want to put a pom-pom on it because otherwise you can't see the crown, but I do like a pom-pom, so we'll see. I don't look very good in hats, but there we go. Oh dear. I'm so professional. And now the sun is washing me right out. The sunshine has just hit the window. Hello, I'm Casper, the friendly ghost. Oh man. So yeah, the test knit for that will be happening soon. I just want to get all of the niggles out of the sock pattern, because once that's written, then the hat pattern will be easier and quicker to bosh out. The sock pattern, I think the test knit finishes at the end of this month, but I think it should be quicker. Everyone's started and I only need one sock out of them, so once they're done and we're confident, then we'll let that out. But also very exciting, because I thought, still, my favourite pattern that I've ever brought out was the first one. Not because it's my first one, but because it just, I love it. Yeah, not just because it was my first, but because I actually really love this stitch pattern. So I'm going to do a hat in that too. It's my string of hearts. They are hearts. I've done it in a black, but I just can't get that to show up. So this is a pinky colour. This again is Yarnsmith's Merino DK Heathers. That's what this is. And it is shade 3H3690 Hushed Rose. It was an experiment to see if it would look good as a hat, and I think it will. I think it's going to be ever so cute. But it's going to take me a while to get that crown to be special. Or maybe it won't be special and we'll just put a pom-pom on. We'll see. I love a pom-pom, so if it has to have a pom-pom and not too special a crown, that's also fine. The socks are going to be out in 5 sizes, so child right up to extra large adult. The hat, I think I am going to be able to do it in 4 or 5 sizes. I just need to check a few things. Certainly the trellis hat, the extra large, is great. I need to check the child size. I don't have any female young people to knit for, which is a shame, because I think this would be excellent girly hat, as with that one. But anyway, I'm really struggling with the fibres today, so I have essentially got 3 patterns on the go right now. It's all go, and I'm so pleased to finally be back designing and knitting properly and bringing stuff out, and yeah, we'll be back on the podcast train properly from now on. Life has been hectic with various bits and bobs, but I'm hoping to get some more podcasts regularly to you, and obviously you're going to want to know about where my patterns are at and when you can have them. And I think the socks will come out in conjunction with my birthday, so that'll be good, won't it? Might have to be nice and do you a little discount, who knows. So that's where we're at. I have more buttons. I didn't show you all the buttons, so I'm going to show you the rest of the buttons, because these are just very exciting and I need to find something cool to put these on. The orange, sort of a rusty orange, really, really cool. I've got 2 of those, that's all that was left, and they're slightly different shades actually, because one was on the outside of the packet. How do I do this? I don't know if you can. Put the rest of the buttons in my hand and I can't do them now. Yeah, you can sort of see there. This one is just slightly lighter than the others. And then for my friend who doesn't watch, so she's not going to know, she's about the only knitworthy friend that I've got that doesn't also knit for themselves and would appreciate a knitted item, and I have been giving her some of my stuff that I just don't wear anymore, so that I can make more. I mean, I would wear it, but I like, you know, I want to keep making more stuff. So I'm giving, you know, I've been giving her some socks and some jumpers and cardigans so that I can refill the spaces in the wardrobe. But this is her favourite colour, so I've got a set of 6 of those. So there might be a little cardigan in her future. I gave her that that cardigan that I made a couple of years back, and it's kind of a light brown colour, but it had some green colour work around it. I gave her that one. It was like a tweed yarn, and it swamps her, but she loves it, so that's good. Yeah. Oh, I do have some things that I bought. I went to, it's not in my town, it's in a nearby town. There's a shop in England called Sostrine Green, and I've never seen a shop like it in the UK. They're all over the place in France. There's many of them, and I love going in them in France, but I've never seen a shop like this in England. So I was very excited to be in there. And they kind of, there's party stuff, there's craft stuff, there's candles, there's sort of homeware stuff, there's a few sort of toiletry bags, tea blends. It's kind of a real mixture. It's a real lovely shop. It's not cheap. But they had these in, and I've never seen them in different sizes. These are, you know, the cables where you take your stitches off, and they go all the way from really, really fine, really fine. I mean, that's got to be like 1.5 mil to this one, which has got to be 3, 4 maybe mil. A pack, and my favourite colourway, which is green and purple. What's not to love? So I was really pleased with them. So if you see a Sostrine Green nearby, they call them stitch wires. That's what they look like. That's the top of the packet. Sostrine Greens all over the world. Well, the bottom word is either German or Dutch. Handelscompany. So I'm guessing they're European. Yeah, English, Danish, Netherlands, France, Deutsch, Flemish. Yeah. Really happy with those, and they have come in handy many a time since I've got them. I also ordered some more yarn. There it is. So just quickly, that's the pink that I'm doing that hat in. I did order another one of there. What the socks made in case I want to make some a 4-ply hat or 4-ply gloves. I also fancied this, so I had it. 4-ply sock yarn, which could be the string of hearts. That came up really nicely in green, so that could be that one. And then this lovely turquoisey DK, because as we know, it's free shipping if you spend either £25 or £30, and there's always an offer on Yarnsmith's yarn, so you always end up buying a lot more than you need. But who doesn't need yarn? That's crazy. So yes, I have a few more balls of yarn to get through. It was quite nice actually having the knitting machine, because I had a lot of acrylic DK from when I was cranking out hats. So I was doing hats for sale over lockdown sort of time, and then I did a load for like the homeless charities and whatnot, and I had a load of sort of offcuts. That's sewing. scraps. I had a load of DK scraps from that. So I managed to sort of sew all of that lot into a dog blanket. So there's a nice big space in my stash now for more yarn. Oh no, what will I do? Yeah, just check that bag. Nope, that's, I think you've seen that. You saw this one. This is the one that I'm doing. Yes, you did. You saw this is the blue hat. This hat shade is 3000, also petrol blue, but not the same petrol blue as the other petrol blue from the same manufacturer. So yeah, life stuff, knitting life stuff. I decided not to do the Stephen West MCAL this year. Didn't enjoy last year. Didn't really enjoy the year before, but it was kind of nice to be involved. Very glad I didn't get involved with it this year. It's not to my taste. As always, and I was saying this in Kelly's Discord, your yarn colour choices make or break it, and it's all subjective. It's all, you know, what you like. So I like greens and purples and whatnot. You might not. So if I made something in my colourway that I loved, you might still not necessarily love it, but the colour choices make a massive difference to the finished outcome, especially when you don't know what the hell you're knitting. And I think it's a step too far for me. I won't do it this year. I won't ever do that shawl. I don't need any more shawls. I've got loads. And also, you know, I've got other stuff I want to be getting on with. I don't need to be knitting something that I'm not enjoying and I'm not going to use. So yeah, it was a no for me this year for the MCAL. Other life stuff, nothing major happening. We've passed the 1 year since my surgery mark. Everything's going very well. I'm back at pole. I'm going to the gym. I'm getting healthy and fit, and I don't do sitting on my bum feeling sorry for myself very well. I have to be getting out there. Work stuff, ever changing. I just do freelance stuff. And when something becomes not fun anymore, I tend to try and move on, and I'm kind of in that state currently with one of my jobs. But I'm hoping that the pattern work, the design work will pick up, and I'm just going to keep boshing out patterns. I've got so much in my head now. I need it to come out, and hopefully you guys like it and help me continue to get what's in my head out and onto paper and into yarn. Other than that, life is continuing as per normal. Yeah. So all's good. Nothing special happening other than my exciting patterns and projects. I'm going to have to sit and rewrite the sock pattern a bit. Just somebody found a whoopsie this morning. Very grateful that they did. So I can get that changed. And I'm also going to have a little photo session with the socks at some point. And I need to rope somebody in to model the hat for me. I'm thinking about my goddaughter. She's a pretty girl. She might do it for me. I could bribe her with snacks. So I'm going to leave that there. Nothing really more to report. But I hope you have a lovely couple of weeks. I am going to be back in a couple of weeks with some more stuff. I'm really loving that DRK cardigan, so I think that's going to be the main focus, other than the, you know, work knitting, design knitting. Yeah, so hopefully that will be closer to finished when I see you next. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, always appreciate you. Welcome to any new subscribers. I don't think there was any this time. But if you are new and you've come in under the radar where the thing hasn't pinged me, welcome. And I'll speak to you soon.